Shoreline. Located in the southwest of the Tarkov region, it used to be a place where the alien tourists went to before the conflict, but now is mostly an abandoned place with many empty houses and a worn-out health resort. A place where many scavengers now try to go and collect scraps to either use or sell. But where can you find the best loot at this place? Hello fellow scavengers and PMCs, and today I will give you a breakdown on where to find the best goods on Shoreline. So without further ado, let's jump right into the guide. Let's start by looking at the map. We have 4 big areas to loot from, and most of them are only a few minutes away from PMCs and scav spawn points. If you spawn in the north or east side of the map, you can make your way up to the farm. It is located just south of the car extract. This is usually a pretty calm place, with maybe just a few scavs roaming around. Occasionally though, you will walk into some PMCs, since one of the crash drones, which you have to go for the quest Eagle Eye, is located to the southwest of the farm. The loot the farm can offer is really good. You can find a lot of loose loot on basically every table, and the loot ranges from food items, to hideout items, to med items, to gun parts, and ammo, and sometimes even rare tech items like GPUs. You will also have a bunch of containers within and around the farm. Usually, you can already prepare to leave the raid after looting this place, since you will find a lot of goods here. Or you try to path here after doing a few missions on the map and then leave via car extract. If you find yourself to spawn at the southern side of the map, the spawns at the southeast and southwest, you might want to check out the pier. The pier has no direct spawns for PMCs, and they have to make their way there first. Although, if you do decide to loot this place, better do it quick, since the place still has many quests nearby, and once you cross the streets to the pier, it can be extremely difficult to get back once you engage in combat. In the office on the pier, you can find 2 safes, 2 PC blocks, as well as a bunch of cabinets. Outside of the office building, you can also find loose med spawns on the benches, and if you're lucky, then you can just extract through pier boat as a PMC. You can tell if the extract is open by the green smokes at the pier. And the last area to check out, which is located near to PMC spawns, is the village. The village is located to the west side of the map and contains multiple PMC spawns. So it is almost certain that if you spawn close to the village, that someone is already there. Also, try to hear out for footsteps at this area. The village is far larger than the pier and the farm, and it can be easy for enemies to approach you without being seen. So trust your ears. The loot from the village comes mostly through duffel bags, jackets, and toolboxes, which are scattered throughout the many houses of the village. You will also find a lot of food spawns on the tables at the houses, and some hideout items like bolts and nuts in the shelves of the garages. The size of the village makes it easy to avoid combat in many cases, and this also makes it easy to leave a village without attracting too much attention. We also have smaller points of interest, like the power station just at the south of the center of the map, and the weather station at the southeast. These little places also have some containers and even safes, so don't sleep on them. The mentioned places are amazing to get many useful items for your hideout in a very short amount of time. But now we come to the place with the best loot on Shoreline. This place can spawn rare tech items, valuables, and even labs access keycards. The resort is located to the north from the center of the map. It is made up of 3 large buildings. The west and east building have 3 stories each and multiple rooms on each level, while the main building, the one in the north, is made up of 2 floors. All these buildings have access to a basement, and the rooms in the west and east side can have the best loot on the entire map. You can find loot in some form in nearly every room, but I will give you a little walkthrough on the best rooms the resort has to offer. The now mentioned rooms can be found in the west building. 104. This room can contain a Ledex spawn, as well as a blue keycard spawn. 1112. This room can also spawn a blue labs keycard. 222, 221, or 218. All of these rooms are connected with each other, and you will only require one of these keys to enter all the rooms. The rooms can contain multiple weapon spawns, as well as a red labs keycard. 216. This room can be located opposite to 218, and it can contain a Ledex. 205 or 203. These rooms are connected as well, and you will only require one of these keys to enter both rooms. This room contains multiple weapon spawns, match spawns, as well as a red labs keycard. And the last room on the west side is 304. On the highest floor you can find this room, and it can contain 2 Ledexes and spawns multiple PC blocks. The now mentioned rooms can be found at the east building. 107. This room has a possible Ledex spawns as well as multiple mat spawns. 1110. This room can contain 2 Ledexes as well as a PC block and loose loot. 222 or 226. These rooms are connected again, and you will only require one key to enter both rooms. The rooms can contain a Ledex as well as a red labs keycard. 313 and 314. These rooms are connected again, so you will also only require one key to access both rooms. This room contains a Ledex spawn again, as well as multiple weapon spawns. And the last room is 328. This room has a GPU as well as a Ledex spawn. I would also recommend to check the main building as well as the basements of the main and west building. This is because there can be a bunch of PC blocks as well as saves as well as loose loot everywhere. It's worth checking. But be warned, the resort is known for its loot, and it's not rare to find highly geared PMCs around, so be prepared to fight and act cautious. You never know if you're alone. And these are all the major looting locations, which I check when I play on Shoreline. But there's one more thing which you can do, and that is to stash run. Shoreline has an amazing amount of stashes, and just that alone can be an entire run. But because of the sheer abundance of stashes, I can't show them all here. So I will link a stash guide in the description, as well as a link to Map Genie, so you can check all of the stash spawns yourself. So fellow scavengers and PMCs, I hope that you now know where to look for loot and gear for yourself. I hope that this will help you find more goodies on Shoreline and will give you guys a few more rubles to spend. If you guys wish a map for me to cover next, then let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and see ya!